Another card trick that I think will be a commercial classic. Cards begin shuffle, and we'll have a spectator. Let's say her name is Melanie. Melanie, I'm going to go across the cards like this, and you just tell me when to stop whenever you like, okay? So just whenever you feel like it. And they go, and I'm going to go across, and they say stop. Okay, I'll have you peek the card. Hopefully you can see it. Okay, and we have a Sharpie right here. I'm going to actually have you, in this case, oh my gosh, it's so hard to do one-handed. Give me 1 second. There we go. And we'll have you mark the card in any which way. Let's just say they do it the old-fashioned way. Hopefully it looked alright. Okay, you can see it on there. Yes. Maybe a little squiggle right here, just so you can see it and it is identifiable. Okay, good. Okay. And we just give it a couple seconds so it can dry, and then we'll continue on. We've got the card selection, okay, and we'll dribble it on up inside the pack. And I wanted to ask a quick question. Well, excuse me, Miss, what is your name? Your name is Claire? Claire? Oh, pleasure to meet you, Claire. Claire, do you, by chance, happen to shuffle cards? And they would answer however they wish. And you do? Oh, okay. Just give it a couple shuffles real fast, okay? And they are shuffling the cards. Well, I'll leave it in. Trying to leave it in focus. And so they are shuffling those cards. And I actually had a weird, I don't know if you could say it's a prediction per se. I'll actually just show you what I mean. So we've got my wall right here. You have been shuffling the cards, everything's all good. And they've been doing it, and let's just say one last shuffle. Good. Okay. And we can leave the cards right here. They can maybe in their hands, whichever, but it is right here in their possession. Okay? I almost want to make a bet, you can say, or however you want to choose to play it. But I have a prediction that no matter what, I'll be able to nail your card. Okay? No matter how many shuffles, cuts, or whatever you do, I'll be able to find your card without even trying. And you go, no way. Yeah, I could even make a bet. We got tons of money over here. We got different things. But you know what? I think there's something just as cool over here, and I'm opening this very fairly. And magicians, for the magicians specifically, you can actually see it from the wallet. No secret compartments. And I can show the wallet after, but I first want to build up the hype that the card, ooh, one card inside the wallet really was inside there, and it happens to be their happy face in this case. Signed card. You can get close up. Yes, it is the exact same one. No weird duplicates or anything of that nature. Also, I could show this back for the magicians. Look, see? Not a Mulligan or weird gaff wallet. Really, it's just a normal wallet, which is really nice. So, I'm excited as you are. It's a utility move that that we're building upon a previous thing. I'm excited. Like and subscribe, and then we'll jump right into the explanation. So, again, I am excited to cover this with you. This has been on my mind for many, many years, and then being able to put all the concepts together to create this modern version is so great. It's based on a handling of the TKO by, I believe, Jeff Kaler. I'll correct it right here. The credit's right here. The idea for having a card get to the wallet in one handling, I noticed, was that there was an index or something out there so it could slip inside or something to that nature. I believe it was TKO that they described this. Or something to that nature, a card to wallet with Michael Amar, maybe, I believe. Something with Jeff Taylor. The point was that there was an index, and I wanted to build upon that and then use it for just a normal thing. So this is what I came up with. What we use is our ID. So I won't, let me actually use a different card just for the sake of YouTube. Let's say we use my dot card. Yay! I can promote myself. Yay! So we got my dot card, and this dot card helps promote my special thingy. Cool. And what we're going to do is whatever card you decide to use, we leave it sticking out of the wallet and try to leave it sticking out like just a little bit off the base, not all the way inside because you only get this much. So a little bit off, sticking halfway out right here. Good. And it's at the very back of the wallet, wherever you stick it in. I use a bifold wallet. This just makes the handling easier. It's the average person's wallet nowadays, in my opinion. Or just when you think American wallet, you think of bifold. So, in my opinion. Anyways, so we got this card right here. And this is sticking out like so. Now, specifically, I have it sticking out in this case, the left-hand side. And it's at the very back, sticking up. A little bit out right here, so it's about this much. Hopefully you can see this. And then what I do is, as I put this into my back pocket, it is going to be the card sticking up part right here is going to be at the very back part of my wallet. So this goes directly, fits in line, and the wallet fits this in this orientation sideways, this way up. And because of the firmness of the pocket, it'll just stay there. You leave it sticking out a little bit, and so it looks like so. And so you can see the card sticking out right here, the whole orientation. So in essence, I'm going to do a crude way of going about it. Okay, card, that goes palm, so you can understand it, goes to the back pocket, and it's going to contact, you can see that, you can hear that little click, contacts the card, and then it can easily orient itself sideways and go inside the wallet, goes very easily inside. At the same time, once we got the orientation correct, we can then turn the index, whatever the case was, in my case is the dot card, sideways, and then I realign it, so now I make sure it's aligned, not all the way in, but just aligned with sideways with going all the way in. Then I can pick up the wallet. While I pick out the wallet, I can use my forefingers or other fingers to push everything inside, squeezing it, pushing everything inside. So now the index goes back inside sideways. Perfect, you cleaned up. And then the card can appear inside the wallet and it is signed. And it really is inside the wallet, which is so great. It's a direct access way to doing it. So again, the card's turned up, whatever card you decide to use, boom, goes inside here, the back wallet, the wallet. Again, the orientation is that the card, the index, is furthest away from you. It's towards the first part of the back pocket, okay? Then to cover it all up, all the setup up, you just put your shirt over and boom. Or whatever the case is, maybe a coat tail or blazer, everything, and boom, you're fine from the back. So you don't have to worry about the setup. When you're in performance, if you're worried about it and worried about the shirt hanging onto it, when you're actually in performance, you can lift up when your angles are good. Okay, but you have the cover so you don't have to worry about any of that, which is very nice. Continuing, if we do it face up, we get in the effect, and I'll cover two handlings. We can palm the card, let's say face up, and when we load it into the back pocket, okay, so we load it inside, okay, I got it, now I'm turning the index sideways, got it, it's not fully in, but I got it inside. I then use the side of my pocket to align it, okay. And then what you get is when you open up the wallet, you get the card, but now it's this time face down. You could build up hype, you could build a moment, maybe turn it, maybe say, oh yeah, and look, a prediction of what your card will be. And then you can leave it sticking halfway out. They can search for the card, it's not there, and you can turn over and then boom, it's gray. And now on to how we go about producing this. Okay, I just want to show you the whole how this works so you can be set up. Okay, so we have this set up, boom, this goes to the back wallet, and then we can go on with the basic handling of a card trick. And something simple, or whatever you feel like. This is whenever you feel like you could do a card to wallet, which is nice. Got that part of the way first, so now we can just do the basic stuff. So if you don't like having cards signed off, and this is what makes it so impossible having a card signed, Then you do have 2 shots in particular. Here's a new idea. Using the jokers. You can keep one side of the deck and then re-add them, or if you collect a bunch of jokers, you could use them to sign cards. You got a lot of writing space. Maybe it's colored or not colored, but you can't duplicate it because, you got the signature in this fashion. I know you'll say, but Penn and Teller, I saw an effect. I get it. I know what you mean. But it just makes it, for this case, really impossible. You get the card marked, and then you can go from there. So we have a card selected, or you could force it. Again, this was the point. You can force a joker, have it signed, and then you don't burn through your card, so you don't have to worry about it. Cool. So you can use this effect sparingly. So now it's commercially useful. Yay! Continuing, we start with the card we're going to force, in this case the Joker. If you want to force, you could do it not. If you just want to use this deck and destroy it. But let's say I don't like destroying, okay? So we get to just destroy the least useful cards, in case Jokers. Controversial. Card on top. We then said we're going to have the cards dribbled, okay? Now, depending on what you want, you could force it here or you could force it on bottom. If you want it to appear that face down look, you have to force it from the bottom in this case, okay? You say you're going to dribble the cards. We then do an undercut, break. As we set up, we just do undercut like we're setting up for it. And again, you reinforce it. Again, just a couple little, just tell them to stop whenever, and you get it. And then you go for the real one. When you time it as you dribble, they say stop. You let go of everything. And then you can show your force card, okay? This is the dribble force, okay? And you got that. Again, I'm going to dribble the cards, and you just tell me whenever you like when to stop. I've already undercut the pack, nice. Again, just tell them to stop whenever. And they go, okay, got it. Okay, I start dribbling, they say stop, and I just let everything off. That was a huge chunk, whichever. And then I could turn and show the force card. Sweet. Then you get them to sign it. Again, you'll also need a Sharpie. I forgot to mention that, but you'll need a Sharpie. Have a little, or a pen, whatever, felt, and then sign it. Good. They get this. Then you can get a pinky break as all the cards dribbled. And so you get a break above the selection. And then you can undercut it to the bottom. Now this is assuming you want that face down look in the wallet, which is really nice. So it'll have to be on the face deck. I then have to create some misdirection for the palm, so this is how I go about it. I go, excuse me, miss, and you go, okay, and they go, yes. And then during that first interaction, I'm getting a break beneath the bottom card, the selection, okay. Excuse me, miss, what is your name? And he goes, Michelle. Hello, Michelle, nice to meet you. Michelle, do you, and then this is the second part, Michelle, do you happen to shuffle cards? And when they answer, and I'm looking towards them, that's when I turn the deck, which is totally shaded by the other hand. Just looks like it coming on over. Make sure it's not seen by the audience. And the deck is towards you as you do this, okay? And during this time, I palm the card. Angles down, you don't want to make it obvious, so you're going like this. So angles down. So, again, you don't want to flash this card either. So you go, excuse me, miss, what's your name by chance? And they go, Michelle, pleasure to meet you. Michelle, do you happen to shuffle cards at all? And they answer however they want to. I palmed off the card. And then she answers whichever. No, not really. Okay, we'll just give it a light shuffle like this. Maybe you can demonstrate. Or if they do, you go, okay, great. And then you come forward, extend the deck, and they shuffle it, giving this gesture. And it's like you're doing a jog shuffle kind of thing, and this is just the gesture because you're hiding the palm card. It's just a really cool gesture. So you palmed it off and you go, and yeah, just give it a little gesture like that, and then they do so while you're hiding the palm card. Pretty bold, pretty crazy, but pretty hilarious, and you get used to it. Palm card, in case for any tips, real fast, held between here and the pinky. So web of hand, pinky, boom. I learned again from the Expert Card Technique book from Gene Hugard and Fred Browie. Great book, and just how I palm. Great. Again, always some tips on there. I mean, well, how they do it and going about it, so makes the palm a great one. So we palmed it off, they're shuffling the cards, and as we do it, we do the same sequence we did earlier. Okay, go to the back pocket, and they're shuffling the cards however they want to go about it. Maybe they're doing something crazy, and you're just fine going directly to that index, hitting it, and you can take your time. There's no big deal. No one expects a lot out of this right now. Okay, hits. I aligned it. I turn it to the side, and this can be done casual. So it's like you're getting something out of your pocket or it's stuck. I make sure it's aligned. I push everything in, and maybe I do a little side tap right here and make sure everything goes in if you want. Boop, boop, and then it really goes over people. It's just like, okay, oh, he pulled out his wallet. What's next? Oh, is he gonna do something crazy? I don't know. Is he gonna make a bet? No one knows. Cards shuffled, maybe cards cut, whichever. And they're in the spectator's control. And you go, I almost want to make a bet. And they go, what? I bet that no matter how you shuffle, how you cut, I'll be able to find your card. And they go, no way. Shuffle, maybe they shuffle it, maybe they cut it. No matter what, no way. Yeah, I'd almost be willing to make a bet. Well, and then you can make, like, you could jokingly make a bet, and you would say, no, I never want to encourage that. But I will say, you never want to bet with Magician, and you could pull it on out slowly. The one card. Maybe hype it up if you want, as much as you want. They see the card. Maybe they can take it out if they want. They'll be screaming. And you say, never want to bet with Magician, because they'll win every time. It's just so great. And it's like the final version. I came up with this independently. So if there's someone who adds this exact handling, I will credit them, whichever, as well, in the description below. If it comes to that, I would love to. But the main thing is, I just love this idea because we're able to advance the idea of a card to wallet with a true card to wallet, instead of maybe palming it off, opening, hiding behind the wallet, and then like kind of card slipping it out. Ooh, here's a card. No, in this, you actually pull it out of your wallet in a very clean and nice manner. It's not gaffed or anything. It's just so nice and refreshing and commercial, and you should use it. I know I will. I just turn up my wallet and my index and my wallet or ID, whatever, and boom, I got a free card to wallet if I want to do a card trick. A basic one? That's cool. Anyways, that's my card to wallet idea. I love it. I hope you do too. Like, subscribe. If you want to take your magic to the next level, feel free to check the links down below. Love y'all. Have a wonderful one. Yeah. And so the magicians can't say I didn't cover both versions. Cards are dribbled. Card is chosen. Hopefully it can be seen. Yes. Hopefully pretty good. Yay. Taken. Put inside the pack. Hopefully everyone can see it. And then lost. Ooh la la. And I would ask the spectator, do you happen to shuffle cards by chance? And they say whichever answer. They shuffle them off. And they are mixing the cards whichever way they may. And I actually wanted to openly say I have a prediction that I actually want to pull out that I could actually show you. It's in my wallet, but I want to first make a bet. And you can jokingly say whichever, that could predict your card. No matter how you shuffle or cut it, I'll be able to find it. And the card can be signed, whichever, maybe not, for the particular case. They're shuffling, they're cutting. I'll be able to get no matter what. And then maybe they make a bet, maybe they don't. I don't encourage it. But you say, lo and behold, when I open up my wallet, you don't want to make a bet with the magician because, and then you can show it, we'll win every time. And that's what it looks like if it was, if you did it off the top of the deck instead of the bottom of the deck for the palm. So, with that said, I covered both versions. Have a good one.